As an old OnePlus user who has been using OnePlus since the first generation, I still have a lot of affection for the OnePlus brand, and I have been paying attention to the growth of OnePlus. OnePlus 11 has come out. There have also been reborn changes. In the past 2 years, OnePlus has made big moves frequently. It has developed from a niche brand that enthusiasts talk about to a popular brand that focuses on performance. It also makes me very optimistic about the future development of OnePlus. Today I want to share my impressions after using the OnePlus 11 phone for 1 week. The price of OnePlus this time is very sincere. There is no such disabled configuration as the 8 and 128 gigs version. The starting price is the 12 and 256 gigs version, and the price is $590. The highest configuration is 16 and 512 gigs version, and the price is $730. The OnePlus 11 has launched a total of 2 colors, namely Endless Black and Instant Blue, and both are metal middle frame and glass back cover technology. The color scheme of blue is basically the same. The difference is that this time the cyan color is a bright appearance. It seems that OnePlus is preparing to use this cyan color as the iconic main color of its brand. Endless Black is an upgraded silk glass, which has a better anti-slip effect than the back of OnePlus 10 Pro. The texture of this silk glass is really amazing, with thin and smooth grains, and a rustling and waxy touch. In the past 2 years, many domestic manufacturers have made compromises on the texture of the phone for higher cost performance. The feeling of not coming is finally back. There is not much decoration on the seamless back, except for the OnePlus logo in the middle, which is the Hasselblad image module above, which looks very simple and capable. The appearance of the camera module on the back can be regarded as a continuation of the 10 Pro, but the right angle and chamfering are changed to a circle, and the overall look and feel is much more coordinated this time. OnePlus 11 retains the 3-stage button that OnePlus has always insisted on, which can quickly switch the silent mode of the mobile phone, which is also praised by many users. The middle frame of the mobile phone is made of metal material with outstanding texture. In addition to the 3-stage button on the right side, there is only one power button. On the left are the volume keys. There are speakers and a microphone on the top. The bottom is the SIM card slot, the Type-C interface and the speaker opening, which also makes me look forward to the sound performance of its double-ring magnetic speaker. From the products produced in the past 2 years, brands such as iQOO, Honor, and OnePlus pay more attention to the continuation of their own appearance styles, and each brand has its own elements of recognition. In addition, in the case of side view light, there will be a circle around the camera module, similar to the visual effect of the scale of the clock, and there will be a shooting star in the low light. Yes, this is the OnePlus I am familiar with. OnePlus 11 screen adopts a 6.7-inch Samsung 2K 120Hz flexible micro-curved screen, 10-bit color display, up to 525 ppi, adopts LTPO 3.0 technology, can realize adaptive adjustment from 1 to 120 Hz, passed HDR10 Plus certification, supports Dolby Vision, low-frequency PWM dimming, high-frequency DC dimming. Perhaps OnePlus is too familiar with this screen, and the actual look and feel of this screen with the resolution of 2K is much better than I expected. In fact, E4, E5, and E6 have little difference in daily perception. Strictly speaking, there are winners and losers in all aspects, and the advantage of E4 is that it is more balanced, and there is no shortboard. Viewing angles, the E4 is even better. So how to solve the power consumption problem? Of course it is LTPO. This time, OnePlus 11 is equipped with LTPO 3.0, on the basis of 2K resolution and 120Hz high refresh screen. According to the actual usage, it can intelligently adjust the refresh rate of the phone to achieve the purpose of saving power. The LTPO adjustment of Green Factory has always been relatively good, and this point has naturally been continued on OnePlus 11. In terms of configuration, Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 and LPDDR5X with UFS 4.0 flagship combination, CPU and GPU, have improved by 15% to 25% compared with the previous one, and they are still TSMC OEM. At the same time, it is equipped with superconducting vacuum heat dissipation with diamond and graphene area of 3685 square millimeters. I ran Antutu the first time I got started, and the final score after the run was 1,314,329 points, ranking first in the list of Android phones, and then I found that my running score was actually lower than the average score of the OnePlus 11. After all, the indoor temperature in my house is 25 degrees Celsius at this time. During the time I was using the OnePlus 11, without manually clearing the background apps and maintaining 30+ background apps, even if I opened the app in the morning and opened the app from the background in the afternoon, switching apps back and forth was still very smooth. What interface, open it is still the same interface, even if it is a video playback software such as Douyin, Tencent Video, Viki, etc., it can still be seamlessly connected and continue to play. in an indoor environment of 20 degrees Celsius. We also tested the game performance of OnePlus 11 in Genshin Impact, with the extremely high image quality and 60 frame rate mode turned on. The performance of the phone was adjusted to the gaming mode, and the Sumeru map ran for 40 minutes after that. The average frame rate of the game is 56.8 FPS, and the power consumption is about 5.50 watts. However, the temperature control of OnePlus 11 is relatively good. Using a patch thermometer to continuously record the temperature changes on the back of the phone, the temperature has been kept below 40 degrees Celsius. It is worth mentioning that OnePlus 11 also provides game quality optimization with Super Resolution and Super HDR picture quality, covering mainstream games. Turn on the Super Resolution, you will find that the clarity of the game picture quality has increased, and the sharpness of the details has increased. Turning on the Super HDR image quality will trigger the HDR mode display on the screen. The brightness of the game screen will become higher, the bright places will be brighter, and the contrast between light and dark will increase. Unexpectedly, OnePlus 11 took the lead in the game Glory of the King to support the ultimate picture quality when the frame rate is turned on and the ultra-high resolution is turned on. In the past, mobile phones could only turn on high-definition picture quality in this mode. When you enter the game screen, you will obviously feel that the game quality is clear. Judging from many recent evaluations, the battery life of OnePlus 11 is at the mid-range level of all Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 phones. The reason is not because of the screen itself or the lack of LTPO. OnePlus 11, which has been optimized for many gaming aspects, is more aggressive in terms of performance release during games than other phones with the same Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, and it does not degrade the image quality, brightness and get a more stable frame rate while experiencing high resolution. Of course, power consumption and heat will be slightly higher. The smoothness of the whole game screen is really good. This time, OnePlus's traditional Hyper Boost frame stabilization engine has been upgraded to 2.0, coupled with the powerful performance of Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. The experience has indeed improved a lot, and it doesn't feel too hot, and the bionic vibration motor with the largest Android size in OnePlus 11 has a good experience. I will post a post to share with you more in-depth experience. In addition, this time, the OnePlus 11 has specially optimized the network maintenance during the game. The game cloud computing private network technology is a bit interesting, and I will test these optimizations in detail in the future. The camera part has been upgraded to a certain extent. First of all, the previous Hasselblad image is back. The main camera is Sony IMX890 with optical image stabilization, and the secondary camera is equipped with a 2x zoom, Sony IMX709 portrait lens, and Sony IMX581 super wide-angular macro sensor. The summary is that the main camera configuration is high, and there is no makeup camera. And this time OnePlus supports RAW lossless computing, which can give more post-processing space to the finished film. I took some photos without turning on the professional mode when shooting. Interestingly, there is a zoom option next to the shutter on the camera interface, which can be quickly changed to 2x and 0.6x zoom. The imaging style of OnePlus 11 still tends to be realistic. The colors don't look so bright and may not be so pleasing to the eye, but they are more realistic and have a good control over the light. At night, the highlights will be suppressed. In some scenes, the light color can be accurately restored. It is also worth mentioning that OnePlus is equipped with a bionic vibration motor that is 1 year ahead of the industry, bringing vibration innovation to Android phones. The volume of this motor is 602 cubic millimeter, which can bring very delicate and powerful vibrations to applications in games. Friends who like to play games know how much the vibration effect of the gamepad can improve the sense of presence in the game. The same is true for OnePlus 11. It is also adapted to include popular games and applications, 3+ input method adaptation, 500+ system vibration adaptation. The same is true of the actual experience, whether it is typing, answering calls, or gaming, it brings a different vibration experience, just like upgrading from a PS4 controller to PS5's DualSense. OnePlus 11 also brings Dolby Atmos and spatial audio experience. With OnePlus Buds Pro 2, the experience is really good. The presence and sense of space of music are significantly enhanced. Listening to some previous music has a new feeling. Not to mention the music content that is made for spatial audio. In addition to the gaming experience, OnePlus has made a lot of targeted optimizations in the audio-visual experience this time. It is equipped with a double-loop anti-magnetic field speaker. The actual loudspeaker effect gave me a little surprise, especially the sound of the left and right speakers. Consistent, it can be regarded as a real double yang. The sound effect is very three-dimensional, and the sound quality is very good. The charging part is a 100 watts fast charge, with a 5000 mAh battery. The measured full time is 25 minutes. It is worth mentioning that, starting from the end of 2022, this wave of new phones of various brands will invariably reduce the power of fast charging. It is estimated that the previous ultra-high-speed fast charging will indeed have a certain impact on battery life. So this time, OnePlus specially used the long-life version of fast charging, to ensure that the remaining battery life is greater than 80% after 1600 full charge and discharge. Of course, this actual situation cannot be tested for the time being. The keywords of the OnePlus 11 generation flagship can be condensed into cost performance, texture, camera, and gaming experience. In terms of texture, Endless Black and Instant Blue are two kinds of excellent textured back cover materials with excessively natural and smooth metal frame and micro-curved screen. The experience ranks at the forefront among Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 flagships that focus on cost performance this year. If you are interested, you can go to them in person. Compare and experience offline stores and touch them. In terms of camera, Hasselblad is back, with a new and stronger camera combination, and the initial experience is good. In terms of games, OnePlus has made a lot of efforts in frame stabilization, shock motors, and game cloud computing private network technology. In this era of extremely developed information sharing, a brand's reputation does not rely on overwhelming publicity, but more on the hard power of the product itself and the actual user experience. At this point, my 1-week review is over. Write your opinion about this phone. Would you purchase it for yourself or not? Have a nice day and see you soon.